Wow, so a year already. I took delivery of my C8 a year ago, 3 days ago, which is insane. If you watch the channel from the beginning, it felt like forever getting the car, and it's already been a year. Crazy. And I'll be honest, I've had the car a year, and I still cannot believe I own a C8 Corvette. I know they're kind of a dime a dozen now, but every time I come in the garage, I get giddy and excited, almost like the first day I bought the thing. So let's go ahead and roll an intro, and we'll talk about my 1 year experience with the C8 Corvette. Well guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you're new to the channel, or you want to see some nostalgia, here's a year ago picking up my C8. I was like a little girl, I was super excited. It was cold as shit that day, but I didn't even care. Right there, that's my car, that's my car. So, holy shit, I can't believe that's my car. That is insane. I'm like emotional, that's crazy. All right, let me go buy this thing real quick and then we'll fart with it. All right, paperwork is wrapped up. This car is incredible. My salesman, Russ, to my left here, off camera. Fantastic. If you're in the market, like I said, Criswell.
And we're videotaping you doing it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, there he is. This is crazy. I'm so emotional. You guys have been following this with me the last year and a half. Like I said, MSRP, that was the quickest financing process ever. Nothing but good things to say. I'm excited to drive this guy home. Yeah, Russ, I appreciate it, man.
Congratulations, dude.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Pleasure.
And off the bat, yes, this car is awesome. And no, I have zero regrets buying this car. And yes, I bought it at sticker. I paid $67,000. Now, I was gonna go for a drive, doing a like a talking little video, driving around. My phone has this new night sight feature I wanted to try, but I'm an idiot, and I took my little mounts out of my C5Z, and it took off half the rear window tint, so I have to get that done. I was gonna redo the tints anyways. Now I really have to do it, and I gotta order any one of these. This one's just really shitty, and I hate it. But yeah, so we'll just do a fun little talk about in the garage. I'll show you some fun little clips, B-roll footage of the C8 behind me. So I just want to talk about things I've noticed, issues that I have had, some slight disappointments, and future mods for the C8, which just started last week. All right, so here's a few things I've noticed after having the car for exactly 1 year. Buying the car, when I got the car had been in production for 3 years. And my first week, I remember all the attention I get going to a gas station or something, and that has not waned. It still gets a lot of attention. A lot of people want to race you, which is kind of annoying. But no, for its 4th year of production starting like next month, it still gets a lot of attention. Most people know what it is now, but if you don't like attention, a C8 might not be for you. You can always just ignore them, of course, but I don't mind it. I like answering questions. So yeah, the attention to a C8 is still there after 4 years, which is crazy. I have almost 5,000 miles on the car. Some people might get mad. Why aren't you driving it? Well, I have 2 other cars, so I kind of split them up every week. I try to do my Mini Cooper S, my C5Z, and my C8 equally. So I get about 5,000 miles on each of them every year, so it evens out. With that being said, there are some common wear points that are starting to show ever so lightly. That is the bolstering on the seats and in the door sills. Every car has this coming in and out. The little scuff marks on the sill and the bottom of the door. I can always get it off, but on the sill itself, it's starting to scratch a little bit. It's a little aggravating, but I can always replace it. Not a big deal. This is like little nickel dime stuff, you know what I mean? The car ride's just as good as the day I got it, maybe even better now that it's broken in. The suspension is tight. Every door is tight. The doors feel good, feel quality. No squeaks and rattles, knock on wood. There is I was dealing with a little bit with the roof. Actually had it off for this video, but a little bit of creaking. I put some a little bit of grease on there, recommended by GM. Fix the problem, not a big deal. But outside of that, car's been solid as a rock. The exhaust note with the MPP, the performance exhaust, it's fine, it sounds fine. I know it's loud outside of the car. I do want it a little bit louder, and we are gonna rectify that here very soon. One thing I never get tired of, and this was the first night I drove the thing, was just seeing the motor behind you. In the rear view, looking down a little bit, or it's looking behind you. Something about a true V8, 8-cylinder, mid-engine car is just so exotic and something I never thought I would own, and it's absolutely incredible for the price I paid. You can't beat it. It's just something about having the engine behind you. It just feels so exotic, and I can't get enough of it. I love it. All right, issues I've had with the car. A lot of people have had transmission issues, knock on wood. Mine's been flawless. The only issue I've had warranty related was my exhaust squeak. my MPP. But no, GM is fixing it on their dime. It actually just came in. My replacement entire exhaust system came in last week. I just got to find time to go get it swapped out. But no, GM is fixing it for free, everything. So that's a win. And once I get that in, I'm either gonna swap it out for a black tip one or just get creative and swap the tips on it. So more to follow on that. All right, I do have a few disappointments, but most of this is just related to trim level. I opted for a 1LT. I couldn't justify another $7,000 for a couple little goodies, like the cooled seats. That was the biggest one I wanted. But with that being said, here are a couple things. I'm kind of like, man, rearward visibility. If you've driven a C8, you know it's terrible. It's better with the rear view camera and the blind spot monitoring. But with a 1LT with none of that, with no safety features, it's a little hectic in traffic, especially if you have cars merging a few lanes over towards you. You can't see shit. It's really annoying. However, if you get a 1LT and 24 model year and newer, it comes standard. But you do got to pay a little more. So, all right, and the last thing that's kind of disappointing, kind of annoying, kind of a weird design, is the front Frunk. The way you got to close it, you really got to push the damn thing, and opening it too is awkward. But no, for 24 and up, they now have a soft close, and that's something I do want to look into retrofitting. I believe you can. I got a billion things I got to do before I get to that point, but if it's possible, I will do it, and I will film it, a little tutorial for you guys. But yeah, like again, if you have a C8, the Frunk is just annoying. It's cool to have, but closing it feels so uncomfortable, like you're gonna break something. And then they had to revise the buttons on the car because people were opening it by accident driving it. So it says on the fob, just press twice, it won't do anything. You gotta press and hold for about 4 seconds, then it will open. A little bit of learning curve on that one. Yeah, those are the only things I'm kind of like, man, but they're such low-level items, I don't care. Again, a 2LT would fix pretty much all those problems. So with that being said, after 1 year, this car is still meeting and exceeding expectations every day. Again, I still cannot believe I own a mid-engine sports car brand new. It's crazy. Every day I come out here, I look at this thing and I'm like, holy shit, I own a C8 Corvette. And it's only even better next month, and the lift is finally here to have both my C5Z and the C8. I feel like I made it in life, you know what I mean? I know a lot of YouTubers have like all these hyper cars and it's just never enough. But yeah, my 2 Corvettes, my little humble house, I'm happy, man. I made it. I feel good. I'm not a huge YouTube sensation. I get it. I am totally happy where I'm at in the YouTube hierarchy. Very comfortable. Oh, and if you're new to the channel, I do C5 Z06 content, C8 content, Mini Cooper S content, and a little bit of Buick and Vista content in my wife's car. I did start doing some stuff to the C8 last week with some lowering springs from Paragon and the 20mm spacers to fix that stance. All those videos are in my library. All right, future plans for the next 6 months or so on the C8 before I go back to the C5Z. That is, I will be taking out the interior in the next week or two. It's super easy to do. Everything from below your seat all the way back to the window. I'll be doing double layer of sound deadening. Chief reason being, it just bothers me. It doesn't bother a lot of people. Is that the direct injection ticking and the AFM valves opening and closing, they're not pleasant sounds. They're not fun, cool sounds. And they kind of, especially when it's cold out, it gets my nerves. The windows down, top off, you can't hear it, but in the cold months, you can really hear it. And underneath the carpet, it's just aluminum, and that aluminum just carries all that noise. So we'll be doing some Dynamat with some probably 1/4 inch thick foam on top of that. So it should mitigate a lot of that unnecessary engine noise, drama, all that dramatic engine noise that you don't really want to hear. So hopefully that'll fix a lot of that annoying noise. Again, I didn't put that on things that bother me and disappoint me because I feel like it's a me issue. It only really bothers me. I feel like no one else really cares about it. So Aero front lip and rear spoiler. Already have the spoiler, and I'll do a matching front lip. I might do side skirts. We'll see. It might be overkill. I don't know. Tinted windows, of course. I gotta do all my cars, man. I gotta take my Mini, my wife's car for Christmas, my C8, my C5Z. I'll get there. Yes, I still plan on putting a HUD in my 1LT. I'm pretty sure it's plug and play. You can find a whole bunch of HUDs on eBay, and the little control switch too. I gotta find someone nearby with a 2LT to open it up and see if the wiring inside, if it just plugs right in the back of your cluster. I think it does. If it's like a C5 or C6, super simple. The C7 was doable. The only issue was you had to take a lot apart. You had to take the dash and then some of the cage inside, the cluster out, and it was a lot of pieces. Where the C8, it's just one little piece, and you have access to it. So hopefully it's really easy. A home link visor for my 1LT. That's actually that should be a pretty easy thing to do. That way, have my home link in my visor, not using my third-party little button for my garage door. It looks a lot better, cleaner inside, you know. Heated steering wheel, maybe if it's plug and play for 1LT. I'm not sure if it's got a power source in the column. I don't know. TBD on that. I just thought about it the other day, so we'll come back to that. And then, like I said, a soft close up front in the front. So, yeah, those of you that are waiting for a C8, you're not sure about a C8, you just found this video because, I don't know, C8 for the price. Love it. Awesome car. Awesome car. No complaints. And I still can't believe what I paid for this car. $67,000. It's just insane. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. My mother-in-law, she is in town. I will be doing a video with her. I'm gonna let her drive the C8 this time, let her rip on it. She was a little nervous in the C5. When she gets more comfortable and the weather is a little warmer, I'll let her really get on in the C5. So, but that was fun. I know you guys are requesting my mother-in-law, so I'll have her on the channel later this week, next week. We'll see how the weather looks. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. I'll catch you guys. I don't even know what today is. Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. Hopefully before Christmas for one more video, and then we're gonna hit it hard with a lot more DIY stuff. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Mark out.